We are taking a trip back in time to one of Japan's most picturesque and well-preserved historical districts. Get ready to be charmed, because we're about to discover the enchantment of the Kurashiki Beacon Historical Quarter. Imagine stepping into a world where time seems to have stood still. That's exactly what it feels like here in Kurashiki, a city in Okayama Prefecture. The Beacon Historical Quarter, which literally means beautiful view, is a stunning canal area that dates back to the Edo period. Back then, Kurashiki was a vital center for rice distribution. The canals you see today were once bustling waterways, used to transport goods from the storehouses, those iconic white-walled buildings, to the port. As you stroll along the canal, the first thing that captivates you is the scenery. Graceful willow trees line the stone-paved banks, their branches gently swaying in the breeze and reflecting in the calm water. Traditional wooden boats, just like the ones used centuries ago, glide silently down the canal. You can even take a ride on one of these boats, and I highly recommend it. It gives you a completely different perspective of the district, looking up at the historic buildings from the water. It's incredibly peaceful and romantic. The architecture here is just breathtaking. You'll see these distinct kura, or storehouses, with their white walls and black tiled roofs. These aren't just for show. They're a testament to Kurashiki's prosperous past. The white plaster walls, known as Namaku Keibi, with their unique diamond pattern, were not only decorative, but also served a practical purpose, offering protection against fire. Many of these former storehouses and old merchant residences have been beautifully repurposed. Now they house charming cafes, unique souvenir shops, art galleries, and museums. It's a perfect blend of history and modern creativity. One of the absolute must-visit spots in the Beacon Quarter is the Ohara Museum of Art. You might be surprised to find this here, but it's actually Japan's very first museum dedicated to Western art. Founded in 1930 by a local businessman, Magosuburo Ohara, it boasts an incredible collection. You can see works by world-famous artists like Monet, Il Greco, and Picasso. It's a fascinating contrast to the traditional Japanese surroundings, and a testament to the forward-thinking vision of Kurashiki's people. But Kurashiki isn't just about museums and history lessons. It's a place to simply wander and get lost. Turn down a narrow cobblestone alley, and you might discover a hidden shrine, a quiet garden, or a small shop selling handmade crafts. The attention to detail is everywhere, from the ornate roof tiles to the carefully tended bonsai trees in front of homes. Let's talk about food, because no trip is complete without it. Kurashiki offers some delicious local specialties. You have to try the Demikatsu Don, a pork cutlet bowl with a rich demi-glace sauce. It's a local soul food and absolutely delicious. And for dessert, you can't go wrong with some fruit parfait. Okayama Prefecture is known as the land of sunshine, and they produce some of Japan's best fruits, especially peaches and grapes. Finding a cafe by the canal to enjoy a sweet treat is the perfect way to take a break and soak in the atmosphere. As you explore, you'll also come across Ivy Square. This is a fascinating complex of red brick buildings covered in, you guessed it, lush green ivy. This was once the site of Japan's first modern cotton mill, a symbol of the country's industrialization during the Meiji period. Today, it's been transformed into a hotel, restaurants, and a museum about the history of the textile industry. The contrast between the Western-style red brick and the traditional Japanese architecture of the rest of the district is really striking and tells a powerful story of Japan's modernization. As day turns to evening, the Beacon Quarter transforms once again. The gas lamps along the canal flicker on, casting a warm, romantic glow over the water and the historic buildings. The crowds thin out, and a quiet, magical atmosphere descends upon the district. An evening stroll here is an unforgettable experience. The reflections of the lights on the water, the gentle sounds of the night. It's purely poetic. It feels like you have the entire place to yourself. A private walk through history. What makes Kurashiki so special is its authenticity. It doesn't feel like a tourist trap or a theme park. It feels like a living, breathing town that has lovingly preserved its heritage. The locals are proud of their history, and it shows in the way the district is maintained. Every corner you turn, there's a new story to discover, a new beautiful scene to capture with your camera or just your eyes. So, if you're planning a trip to Japan and want to experience something truly unique, something away from the bustling chaos of the big cities, put Kurashiki Beacon Historical Quarter on your list. It's a place to slow down, to appreciate beauty, and to feel a deep connection to Japan's rich past. It is a journey through time that will leave you with lasting memories and a heart full of wonder. Whether you're a history buff, an art lover, a foodie, or just someone looking for a beautiful place to wander, Kurashiki has something for you. We are swapping the neon lights of modern Japan for the gentle glow of lanterns in a place where time seems to have stood still. We're heading to the city of Kanazawa, a true gem on the Sea of Japan coast, to explore one of its most captivating areas, the Nogamachi Samurai District. If you've ever dreamed of walking in the footsteps of samurai, this is the place to be. Forget what you've seen in movies for a second. This isn't just a film set. It's a living, breathing neighborhood where the descendants of samurai families still reside. As we wander through these narrow, winding lanes, you can almost hear the faint clatter of wooden sandals on the cobblestones. The first thing that strikes you about Nogamachi is the atmosphere. It's incredibly peaceful. The streets are lined with these beautiful, earthy mud walls called Tsukikabe. They're topped with traditional black tiles, and they slake their way through the district, hiding private residences and lush gardens. These walls weren't just for decoration. They were a key part of the area's defense and a symbol of the samurai status. In the winter, these precious walls are protected from the snow by straw mats called komo, which are hung up every December. It's a unique seasonal sight and a tradition that has been preserved for centuries. It really shows how much the people of Kanazawa care about their heritage. As we walk, you will also notice the canals. The Onosha Canal, which flows through the heart of the district, is crystal clear. This intricate water system was originally developed for transport, defense, and daily use. Today, it adds to the picturesque scenery, with graceful koi carps swimming lazily in the water. The sound of the flowing water is so soothing. It's the perfect soundtrack for our journey back in time. Now, you can't come to a samurai district without visiting a samurai house, right? Our first stop is the Namuruka Samurai Residence. This is one of the most famous and beautifully preserved residences in Nogamachi, and for good reason. It once belonged to the Namura family, who served the powerful Mida clan, the lords of this region for generations. Stepping inside is like entering another world. The craftsmanship is just breathtaking. You'll see intricately painted sliding screen doors, or fusuma, depicting stunning natural landscapes. The rooms are designed with a simple elegance, featuring tatami mat floors and beautifully carved wooden transoms. Every detail, from the cypress wood ceilings to the lacquered tableware, speaks to a life of refined taste and discipline. It's a fascinating glimpse into the private life of a high-ranking samurai family. But the real showstopper at the Namura residence is its garden. It's a masterpiece of Japanese garden design, with a trickling waterfall ancient stone lanterns, and a winding stream filled with colorful koi. There's even a 400-year-old Japanese bayberry tree. The garden is designed to be admired from various viewpoints within the house, each offering a different, perfectly framed picture of nature's beauty. You can sit on the veranda, sip some green tea, and just soak it all in. It's pure tranquility. From the Namura house, we'll take a short stroll to another fascinating spot, the Ashigaru Shirioka Museum. While the Namura family represented the elite samurai, this museum tells the story of the Ashigaru, or the foot soldiers. They were the lower-ranking warriors in the samurai hierarchy. The museum is actually comprised of two beautifully reconstructed Ashigaru houses. They're much simpler and smaller than the Namura residence, which gives you a really clear sense of the class distinctions within the samurai world. Inside, you can see how these soldiers and their families lived. Their homes were functional and modest, a stark contrast to the opulence of their superiors. It's a really humbling and important perspective that completes the picture of samurai society. As we continue our walk, let's talk a little bit about the Mida clan. They were one of the most powerful and wealthy feudal clans during the Edo period, second only to the Tokugawa shogun. Their wealth didn't just come from rice production, it came from their strategic focus on arts and culture. Lord Mida Toshi, the founder of the domain, believed that culture was as mighty as the sword. This philosophy is why Konozawa was spared from much of the conflict that plagued other parts of Japan. Instead of investing solely in military power, the Mida clan poured resources into crafts like gold leaf production, kimono silk dyeing, and lacquerware. This cultural patronage is why Konozawa is such an artistic city today. In fact, the name Konozawa literally means marsh of gold. Legend has it that a peasant found gold flakes while washing potatoes in a local spring. Speaking of crafts, our next stop is the Kageyuzen Kimono Center. Kageyuzen is a famous silk dyeing technique known for its realistic and colorful designs of flowers, birds, and landscapes. It's an art form that has been passed down for over 500 years. Here, you can see artisans at work, painstakingly hand-painting these incredible patterns onto kimono fabric. It's a slow, meticulous process that requires immense skill and patience. You can also admire a stunning collection of finished kimonos, each one a wearable work of art. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can even try on a kimono and take a walk through the samurai district yourself. It's an unforgettable experience and makes for some absolutely incredible photos. Can you imagine strolling these ancient streets dressed in a beautiful, traditional kimono? It's the ultimate immersion. As the afternoon sun starts to dip lower, the light in Nagamachi becomes magical. The shadows lengthen, and the old wooden buildings seem to glow. It's the perfect time to find a quiet tea house for a break. Many of the old buildings have been converted into charming cafes and shops, all while maintaining their historic character. We're going to pop into one of my favorites to try some local Konozawa sweets, or wagashi, with a bowl of matcha. Konozawa is famous for its wagashi, which are often shaped like seasonal flowers and are as beautiful as they are delicious. They're the perfect accompaniment to the slightly bitter taste of the matcha green tea. It's a moment of pure bliss, a chance to slow down and savor the unique flavors of the region. Our exploration of Nagamachi isn't just about visiting museums and old houses. It's about absorbing the details, the texture of the walls, the design of the manhole covers, which often feature local motifs, the way the light filters through the wooden lattice work of a window. It's a sensory experience. The whole district is a testament to the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi, finding beauty in imperfection and impermanence. As evening falls, lanterns begin to flicker on, casting a warm, inviting glow over the streets. The district takes on a completely different, almost mystical feel. It's quieter now, and the sense of history is even more palpable. This is when you can truly let your imagination run wild, picturing the samurai who once called these streets home, returning after a day of service to their lord. So there you have it, a journey through Konosawa's Nagamachi Samurai District. It's a place that's so much more than just a tourist attraction. It's a beautifully preserved window into Japan's feudal past, a center for timeless arts and crafts, and a peaceful escape that nourishes the soul. It truly captures the spirit of the samurai, a blend of strength, discipline, and a deep appreciation for beauty and culture. If you're planning a trip to Japan, I cannot recommend Konosawa enough. It offers a rich, authentic experience away from the more crowded tourist trails of Tokyo and Kyoto. Nagamachi is, without a doubt, one of its brightest highlights. We're embarking on a journey not just through a place, but through time itself. We're heading to the heart of ancient Japan, to the enchanting district of Higashiyama in Kyoto. Get ready to leave the modern world behind as we wander through stone-paved alleys, discover hidden temples, and soak in an atmosphere that has remained unchanged for centuries. So, grab your virtual walking shoes and let's go explore. Our adventure begins on the iconic cobblestone paths of Nininzaka and Saninzaka. These aren't just streets, they're living museums. As you walk, you're surrounded by beautifully preserved wooden machiya townhouses, many of which now house quaint tea houses, artisan shops, and traditional sweet cellars. It's easy to imagine samurai and geishas walking these very same steps hundreds of years ago. There's even a local legend. If you trip and fall on Saninzaka, or 3-year slope, you'll have 3 years of bad luck. So, watch your step, but more importantly, take your time. Let the gentle slope guide you. Peek into the shops, maybe try some yachihashi, a famous Kyoto cinnamon-flavored confection. Every corner here tells a story. Every Norin curtain hanging in a doorway invites you into a world of exquisite craftsmanship. It's the perfect introduction to the magic of Higashiyama. As we continue our ascent, the magnificent 5-storied Yasaka Pagoda comes into view, soaring above the rooftops. This is one of the most photographed landmarks in Kyoto, and for good reason. Standing at 46 meters tall, it's the last remaining structure of the 16th century Hokenji temple. The sight of the pagoda framed by the traditional buildings of Higashiyama is simply breathtaking, especially during sunset when the sky glows with warm colors. You can even go inside the pagoda on certain days, climbing its steep wooden stairs for a panoramic view of the district. It's a powerful reminder of the deep history that permeates this entire area, a silent sentinel that has watched over Kyoto for over 1,000 years. From the pagoda, a short walk brings us to one of Kyoto's most celebrated and beloved temples, Kiyomizu-dera, the pure water temple, perched on the side of Otoa Mountain. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is famous for its massive wooden stage, built without a single nail. The main hall's veranda juts out over the hillside, offering an absolutely stunning view of the cherry and maple trees below, which burst into a riot of color in spring and autumn. Beyond the view, the temple's name comes from the Otoa waterfall, which flows at its base. The water is divided into 3 separate streams, each set to grant a different wish: longevity, success at school, or fortunate love life. Visitors can use long-handled cups to drink from one of the streams. Remember, it's considered greedy to drink from all 3. The entire complex is a sprawling masterpiece of sacred halls, pagodas, and gates, each with its own history and significance. Now, let's step away from the main thoroughfare and dive into the quieter side of Higashiyama. Just a stone's throw from the bustling crowds, you'll find Ishibaikoji, a narrow alleyway that feels like a secret passage back to the Edo period. The path is paved with smooth stones, and the walls are made of traditional earthen plaster and bamboo fences. High-end ryokans and exclusive restaurants are hidden behind discreet wooden doors. There are no souvenir shops here, no loud noises, just the whisper of the wind and the occasional shuffle of footsteps. It's incredibly atmospheric, especially in the evening when the lanterns cast a soft, warm glow on the stone path. Walking through Ishibaikoji is a truly immersive experience, making you feel like you've stumbled upon a hidden, forgotten corner of old Kyoto. Our journey through time continues as we head north towards the giant district. But before we get there, we pass by Kodaiji Temple. This temple has a deeply personal story. It was established in 1606 by Nene, the widow of the great warlord Toyotomi Hideyoshi, to honor his memory. The temple grounds are a beautiful example of Japanese garden design, with meticulously raked sand gardens, tranquil ponds, and a small bamboo grove that rivals the more famous one in Arashiyama, but with far fewer people. The main halls are adorned with lavish decorations, reflecting the opulent style of the era. What makes Kodaiji special is this intimate connection to Nene, a powerful and influential woman in Japanese history. You can almost feel her presence here, a sense of peace and devotion that has lingered for over 400 years. As dusk begins to fall, we find ourselves approaching the world-famous giant district, Kyoto's most well-known geisha district. We'll start our exploration at Yusako Shrine, a vibrant and bustling shrine located at the eastern end of Shijo Street. It's a popular spot for locals and tourists alike, famous for hosting the giant Matsuri, one of Japan's most spectacular festivals. The main hall is decorated with hundreds of lanterns, which are all lit up at night, creating a magical and festive atmosphere. It's a place of lively energy, a stark contrast to the serene temples we visited earlier, but just as integral to the spirit of Higashiyama. It serves as the gateway to the nightlife and entertainment of Gion. Leaving the bright lights of Yusako Shrine, we'll wander into the heart of Gion, specifically the Hanamikaji Street area. This is where you have the best chance of spotting a geiko, the Kyoto term for geisha, or a maiko, an apprentice geisha, on her way to an engagement. With their intricate kimonos, traditional hairstyles, and iconic white makeup, they are figures of grace and artistry. Please remember, this is their neighborhood and their workplace. It's important to be respectful, to keep a polite distance, and never to obstruct their path or try to stop them for a photo. The real beauty is in the fleeting glimpse, a moment of living art passing by. The street is lined with okaya or tea houses, where geiko entertain guests with traditional music, dance, and conversation. While entry to these establishments is typically by invitation only, just walking the street itself is an unforgettable experience. Our final stop is a place of quiet contemplation, a perfect end to our day. We'll cross the Shijo Bridge and walk along the Kamo River, a central artery of life in Kyoto. The riverbanks are a popular spot for people to relax, have a picnic, or just watch the water flow by. In the summer, restaurants along the Pontoko Alley, which runs parallel to the river, build temporary wooden platforms called kawayuka over the water, offering a unique dining experience. Looking back towards Higashiyama, you can see the mountains silhouetted against the night sky, the city lights twinkling below. It's a moment of reflection, a chance to absorb all the history, beauty, and culture we've experienced today. From the ancient slopes of Kiyomizu-dera to the lantern-lit alleys of Gion, Higashiyama offers a journey that truly captivates the soul. And that brings our wander through time to a close. Higashiyama is so much more than just a tourist destination. It's the keeper of Kyoto's soul, a place where every stone, every tree, and every building has a story to tell. I hope this journey has inspired you to one day walk these ancient streets for yourself. It's an experience that will stay with you long after you left. We're embarking on a timeless journey to the very heart of traditional Japan. We're stepping into the enchanting world of Kyoto's giant district, a place where history breathes through the wooden lattice of Machiya houses and the gentle click-clack of getter sandals on stone-paved streets. Forget the bustling metropolis for a moment. Here, time seems to slow down, allowing us to savor a culture preserved for centuries. Giant is not just a tourist spot, it's a living, breathing museum, famous as the center of Kyoto's geisha world. So, grab your virtual passport, and let's explore the magic and mystery of Giant together. I promise you, it's a trip you won't forget. Our adventure begins on Hanamikaji Street, the most famous street in Giant. As you stroll along this beautifully preserved avenue, you're immediately transported back to the Edo period. The street is lined with traditional wooden Machiya houses, many of which are now rokaya or tea houses, where geishas entertain their guests. Look closely at the delicate bamboo blinds, the dark wood, and the subtle Norin curtains hanging in the doorways. Every detail tells a story. It's here that you might be lucky enough to spot a geiko or maiko. That's what geishas and apprentice geishas are called in Kyoto on their way to an appointment. Remember to be respectful. This is their neighborhood and place of work. The best time to visit Hanamikaji is in the early evening, as lanterns begin to cast a warm, golden glow, and the district truly comes alive with an air of elegance and mystique. But what exactly is the world of geiko and maiko? It's a question many visitors have. Geishas are not just beautiful figures in kimonos. They are highly skilled artists and entertainers. From a young age, maiko undergo rigorous training in traditional Japanese arts. This includes learning classical music on instruments like the shamisen, mastering traditional dances, and perfecting the art of conversation. Their purpose is to create an atmosphere of beauty and refinement for their clients during dinners and gatherings. It's a profession steeped in history, discipline, and dedication. Seeing a geiko or maiko is a glimpse into a unique and exclusive cultural tradition that has been passed down through generations. It's a world of grace, artistry, and incredible poise. Now, let's wander of the main street and get lost in the narrower alleyways. One of the most picturesque spots is Shirakawa Lane, running parallel to the Shirakawa Canal. Lined with willow trees, high-class restaurants, and okaya, this area is incredibly romantic, especially in the spring when the cherry blossoms are in full bloom. The gentle sound of the canal, the weeping willows dipping into the water, and the traditional architecture create a scene straight out of an old Japanese painting. It's a quieter, more intimate side of Giant, perfect for a peaceful walk. You'll find charming little bridges crossing the canal, offering perfect photo opportunities. This area truly captures the serene beauty that Kyoto is so famous for. No trip to Giant would be complete without visiting a shrine. At the eastern end of Shijo Avenue, the main shopping street that runs through Giant, stands the magnificent Yosaka Shrine, also known as Giant Shrine. It's one of the most famous shrines in Kyoto. With its vibrant vermilion gate, it's an unmissable landmark. The shrine is over 1,350 years old and is a hub of activity, especially during festivals. In the main hall, you'll see hundreds of lanterns, each bearing the name of a local business that donated it. These lanterns are all lit up in the evenings, creating a breathtakingly beautiful and spiritual atmosphere. The shrine is dedicated to Susanoo no Mikoto, the god of sea and storms, and it's a popular place for locals to pray for good fortune and protection from evil. Yosaka Shrine is also the host of one of Japan's most famous festivals, the Giant Matsuri. This massive festival takes place every July and has a history stretching back over 1,000 years. It began as a religious ceremony to appease the gods during an epidemic. Today, it's a month-long celebration, but the main event is the grand procession of floats, called Yamaboku Junko. On July 17th, these floats are gigantic, ornately decorated, and some can weigh up to 12 tons. They are pulled through the streets by teams of people in traditional attire. The energy is electric, and the streets are filled with food stalls, music, and festive crowds. If you're lucky enough to be in Kyoto in July, the Giant Matsuri is an absolute must-see cultural spectacle. Let us step away from the crowds for a moment and explore a hidden gem, the Kenninji Temple, founded in 1202. It's the oldest Zen temple in Kyoto, yet it's often overlooked by visitors rushing through Giant. Once you step inside its peaceful grounds, the noise of the city fades away. The temple boasts stunning Zen gardens, including the Circle Triangle Square Garden, which represents fundamental forms of the universe. But the real showstopper is inside the main hall. Look up, and you'll be mesmerized by the massive ceiling painting of two dragons, created to commemorate the temple's 800th anniversary. It's a powerful and dynamic piece of art. Kenninji offers a tranquil retreat and a deep dive into the world of Zen Buddhism, right in the heart of Giant. Of course, a journey through Giant isn't just about sightseeing, it's also about tasting. The district is a paradise for food lovers. From high-end kaiseki restaurants serving exquisite multi-course meals to casual spots offering local delicacies, there's something for every palate. One thing you must try is Kyoto-style sushi, known as kyo sushi. It's different from the sushi you might be used to, often featuring cured or cooked fish. Also, be sure to sample some traditional Japanese sweets, or wakoshi, often made with sweet bean paste and mochi. A popular treat is yochuhoshi, a thin, triangular cinnamon-flavored rice cake. Pair it with a cup of matcha green tea from Ujai, a nearby region famous for producing the best matcha in Japan. It's the perfect way to take a break and soak in the atmosphere. As our journey through Giant comes to a close, let's reflect on what makes this place so special. It's more than just beautiful old buildings and the chance to see a geisha. Giant is a guardian of Japanese culture. It's a place where traditions are not just remembered, they are lived every single day. The commitment to preserving this heritage is what gives Giant its unique and authentic soul. Walking these streets feels like you're peeling back the layers of history, connecting with a Japan that is both ancient and eternally graceful. It's a reminder of the importance of tradition, art, and beauty in our modern world. So, when you plan your trip to Kyoto, make sure to set aside ample time for Giant. Don't just rush through it for a quick photo. Wander, get lost, sit down for a cup of tea, and simply observe. Let the atmosphere sink in. Giant offers a profound and unforgettable experience that goes far beyond the surface. It's a journey for the senses and for the soul. Thank you so much for joining me on this virtual tour of Kyoto's Giant District. I hope it inspired you to visit this incredible place one day. Have you ever dreamed of a place where nature reigns supreme? Where ancient forests meet icy seas, and where wildlife roams free? Welcome to Shiratoko National Park, Japan's last true wilderness and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Located on the remote northeastern tip of Hokkaido, Shiratoko is a land of raw, untamed beauty. The name itself, derived from the Ainu language, means the end of the earth, and once you're here, you'll understand why. It's a place that feels a world away from the bustling cities Japan is famous for. Today, we're embarking on an epic journey to explore this incredible frontier. From towering waterfalls that plunge directly into the ocean to encounters with Japan's largest land mammal, the brown bear, Shiratoko promises an adventure like no other. So, pack your bags, get your sense of wonder ready, and let's dive into the heart of Japan's wild north. One of the best ways to grasp the sheer scale and drama of Shiratoko is from the water. Taking a sightseeing cruise along the peninsula's rugged western coast is an absolute must. As the boat pulls away from the port of Utaro, the coastline unfolds like a majestic painting. You'll see dramatic cliffs carved by millions of years of wind and waves, and hidden coves that whisper tales of ancient times. The real showstoppers, though, are the waterfalls. Kongawaka Falls is a unique spectacle. It's a hot spring waterfall, cascading down the rocks with warm, mineral-rich water. Further along, Furepi Waterfall, nicknamed the Maiden's Tears, appears to seep directly out of the cliff face, fed by underground snowmelt. It's a delicate, beautiful sight, and all along the way, keep your eyes peeled. This is prime territory for spotting brown bears foraging along the shoreline, sea eagles soaring overhead, and curious seals popping their heads out of the water. It's a wildlife safari on the sea, offering a perspective of Shiratoko you just can't get from land. After experiencing the coast, it is time to head inland to one of Shiratoko's most iconic and serene landscapes, the Shiratoko Five Lakes. This area offers a network of elevated wooden boardwalks and ground-level nature trails that meander around 5 stunningly beautiful lakes, all nestled in a pristine primeval forest. The boardwalk is accessible to everyone and provides breathtaking views. As you stroll along, you'll see the calm, mirror-like surfaces of the lakes reflecting the surrounding forests and the majestic Shiratoko mountain range. It's incredibly peaceful. The reflections are so perfect, it sometimes feels like you're walking between two worlds. This is also a fantastic place for wildlife spotting. You might see deer grazing peacefully or hear the calls of various rare birds. During bear activity season, from May to July, the ground trails might be closed for safety, but the boardwalk remains open, offering a safe and equally spectacular way to experience this magical place. It's a gentle immersion into the wild, a perfect contrast to the rugged drama of the coastline. For those looking for a more active adventure, the Shiratoko Pass offers an unforgettable experience. This mountain road connects the towns of Utaro on the west coast and Raosu on the east coast, climbing to an elevation of over 700 meters. The drive itself is spectacular, with winding roads that offer ever-changing vistas of the surrounding peaks and forests. At the summit, there's an observation deck where you can stop and soak it all in. The panoramic view of Mount Raosu, the highest peak in the Shiratoko range, is absolutely awe-inspiring. On a clear day, you can even see Kunashare Island, one of the disputed coral islands, just across the Nemuro Strait. The pass is only open from late April to early November due to heavy snowfall in winter, so timing your visit is key. Driving through the Shiratoko Pass feels like you're journeying through the very backbone of this wild peninsula, connecting you to its raw, mountainous heart. While the west coast town of Utaro is the main hub for tourism, crossing over to the east coast brings you to Raosu, a town with a completely different character.
Raosu is a rugged, authentic fishing port, and its heart beats to the rhythm of the sea.
This is the place to be for some of the world's most incredible marine wildlife experiences. In winter, drift ice from the Amur River clogs the Nemoro Strait, creating a surreal, frozen landscape. This ice brings with it an abundance of nutrients, attracting stellar sea eagles and white-tailed eagles in massive numbers. Taking an icebreaker cruise to see these majestic birds of prey perched on the ice floes is a photographer's dream. In the summer, the focus shifts to whale watching.
The waters of Raosu are a rich feeding ground for sperm whales, minke whales, and orcas. Seeing these magnificent creatures in their natural habitat, with the Shiratoko Mountains as a backdrop, is a truly humbling and unforgettable experience.
Raosu offers a grittier, more intense encounter with the wild side of Shiratoko. No trip to Shiratoko would be complete without experiencing its incredible wildlife, and the park is most famous for its healthy population of Ussuri brown bears, or higima.
While seeing one is a thrilling experience, it's crucial to do so responsibly and safely.
The park has strict rules to protect both humans and bears. Never feed them, and always maintain a safe distance.
The Shiratoko Nature Center is an excellent starting point to learn about the local ecosystem and get the latest information on bear sightings and safety protocols.
Beyond the bears, the park is a haven for wildlife.
Sikud deer are a common sight, often seen grazing in open fields or even wandering through the town of Utero. Elusive red foxes might dart across your path, and the skies are home to rare birds like the Blakiston's fish owl, the largest owl in the world.
Shiratoko is a living, breathing ecosystem, a reminder of the power and beauty of the natural world when it's left to thrive. Observing its inhabitants is a privilege and a core part of the Shiratoko experience. Shiratoko's beauty isn't confined to a single season.
It transforms dramatically throughout the year, offering a completely different experience with each visit.
Spring, from late April to June, is a time of awakening. The snow melts, waterfalls roar back to life, and vibrant green foliage covers the landscape. It's a fresh, energetic time to visit.
Summer, from July to August, brings lush greenery and is the peak season for hiking and boat tours.
The weather is pleasant and the park is buzzing with life. Autumn, from September to October, is arguably the most spectacular season. The mountainsides erupt in a fiery display of red, orange, and yellow foliage, known as Keiwao. The crisp air and stunning colors make for incredible hiking and photography. And then there's winter, from December to March. Shiratoko becomes a mystical world of white. The famous drift ice arrives, creating an otherworldly scene. This is the season for eyes walking tours, eagle watching, and experiencing a silence and solitude that is profoundly beautiful. Each season tells a different story of this wild land, inviting you to return again and again.
Before you plan your journey to this remote paradise, there are a few practical things to keep in mind. Getting to Shiratoko requires some effort.
The nearest airports are Mebenbetsu and Nokushibetsu, and from there, you'll need to take a bus or rent a car to reach the park. Renting a car is highly recommended as it gives you the freedom and flexibility to explore the vast area at your own pace.
Public transport is limited, especially outside of the peak summer season.
Accommodation options are mainly centered in the towns of Utero and Raosu, ranging from large hotels with onsen hot springs to cozy, family-run guest houses called Minshuku.
It's wise to book everything well in advance, particularly during the peak seasons of summer and autumn.
Also, remember that this is a wild place. Weather can change rapidly, so always dress in layers and be prepared for rain, even in summer.
And please, practice leave no trace principles. Take all your trash with you and respect the wildlife to help preserve this incredible place for generations to come.
Shiratoko is more than just a national park.
It's a profound experience. It's a journey to a place where the modern world feels distant and the rhythms of nature take center stage.
It's about feeling small against the backdrop of towering mountains and vast seas, and reconnecting with a sense of wonder that we often lose in our daily lives. Whether you're watching a brown bear on a distant shore, feeling the spray of a waterfall on your face, or simply standing in silence within an ancient forest, Shiratoko leaves a permanent mark on your soul. It's a testament to what happens when we choose to protect and preserve our planet's most precious wild spaces.
It's a reminder of the raw power and delicate beauty of the natural world.
This truly is the end of the earth, and it's a journey every nature lover should aspire to make at least once in their lifetime. We're journeying to the heart of Japan's
Kyushu Island,
home to one of the most
awe-inspiring and active volcanic
giants on our planet, Mount Aeso.
This isn't just any volcano.
It's a massive caldera,
A collapsed crater so vast it houses towns, railways, and a population of thousands. But recently,
this sleeping giant has been stirring, reminding us of the immense power simmering just beneath our feet. In this video, we're diving deep into the latest activity at Mount Aeso,
exploring what's happening,
why it's happening, and what it means for the people living in its shadow and for
volcanologists around the world. To truly appreciate the scale of what we're
talking about, let's picture this. The Aeso caldera is one of the largest in the world, stretching about 25 kilometers from north to
south and 18
kilometers from east to west.
Its circumference is a staggering 120 kilometers. This colossal depression was formed by a single eruption,
but by a series of massive super eruptions that occurred between 90,000 and
270,000 years ago.
The last of these, known as a SO4, was so cataclysmic it
ejected enough ash
and rock to cover the entire metropolitan area
of Tokyo with a
layer several
meters thick.
Its ash reached as far as the northern island of Hokkaido.
Within this ancient
caldera, a new generation of
volcanic cones has
grown over millennia.
The most famous and currently active of these is Nakadake, the central figure
in our story today. It's Nakadake's crater that draws tourists and scientists alike,
offering a rare, raw glimpse into
the Earth's fiery core for decades.
Nakadake has been in a state of flux, cycling through
periods of quiet steam
emissions and more dramatic phreatic and magmatic eruptions.
But in recent months and weeks, the Japan Meteorological Agency, or JMA, has noted a significant uptick in activity, raising the
volcanic alert level and
keeping a close watch on its every tremor. So, what exactly is happening? The primary signs of unrest are
increased volcanic tremors, which are continuous
vibrations of the ground caused by the movement of magma or hot gases beneath the surface. Think of it as the plumbing of the volcano becoming more active. These tremors have been growing in amplitude, suggesting that more energy is being released. Additionally, there have been changes in ground deformation. Using highly sensitive GPS instruments and satellite data, scientists have detected slight swelling or inflation of the volcano's edifice. This is a classic sign that magma is accumulating in a shallow reservoir beneath the crater, pushing the ground upward like a slowly inflating balloon. And then there are the visual signs. The amount of volcanic gas, particularly sulfur dioxide, being released from the crater has surged. This gas is a direct byproduct of magma, and a sharp increase often precedes an eruption, as it indicates magma is rising closer to the surface and degassing the crater itself, which often holds a stunning emerald green lake of acidic water, has seen its water level fluctuate and its temperature rise. Sometimes the lake disappears entirely, boiled away by the intense heat from below. This activity has culminated in several small-scale ash emissions, what are known as volcanic or phreatomagmatic eruptions. These happen when the pressure from the rising magma and gas becomes too much to contain. The result is a dramatic, but so far localized, explosion that sends a plume of ash, steam, and rock fragments thousands of meters into the sky. While these recent events are relatively small compared to ESO's prehistoric past, they are a powerful reminder that the volcano is very much alive and unpredictable. So, why now? What's causing this reawakening? Volcanic systems like ESOs are incredibly complex, and there's rarely a single simple answer. However, we can look at the broader geological context. Japan sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a region of intense seismic and volcanic activity. The Philippine Sea Plate is subducting or diving beneath the Eurasian Plate right under Kyushu. This process melts rock in the mantle, creating the magma that feeds ESO and other volcanoes in the region. The recent increase in activity could be part of a natural cycle. Volcanoes are not static. They have periods of recharge, where magma accumulates deep within the earth, and periods of discharge, where that magma makes its way to the surface. We might be witnessing the beginning of a new discharge phase for Nakadake. It's also possible that recent seismic activity in the region, even distant earthquakes, could have subtly changed the stresses on the magma chamber, essentially shaking up the system and encouraging magma to move. Scientists at the JMA and university research centers are working around the clock, analyzing all the data to build a clearer picture of the processes at play deep beneath the caldera. Living with a giant like ESO is a unique way of life. The communities within the caldera have coexisted with the volcano for centuries. The volcanic soil is incredibly fertile, supporting rich agriculture. The hot springs, or onsen, are a cornerstone of local culture and tourism, providing relaxation and healing. The people of ESO have a deep respect for the mountain, which they revere as a deity in the Shinto faith. This relationship is a delicate balance of receiving the mountain's gifts while respecting
its power.
When the alert level is raised,
Life changes. Access to the crater area, a major tourist draw, is immediately restricted,
roads are closed,
and evacuation plans are reviewed. Farmers worry about,
ashfall on their crops,
and tourism operators.
face cancellations,
The JMA provides constant updates.
and local governments use a well-established communication system to ensure
Residents are informed of any potential danger. It's a testament to Japanese.
preparedness and resilience,
The people here understand the risks,
but they also understand.
the rhythm of the mountain.
They are prepared to act, not with panic.
But with a practiced and calm efficiency. What can we expect in the coming weeks and months?
This is the million-dollar question. And unfortunately, volcanoes don't follow a strict schedule.
There are a few possible scenarios. The current activity could be a short-lived phase that dies down without a major eruption.
As has happened many times before, the system might release
Its excess pressure.
through the smaller ash emissions and then settle back.
Into a quieter state. Another possibility is that this is a precursor.
To a larger magmatic eruption. If magma continues to rise and the
Pressure keeps building.
we could see a more significant event, potentially with lava flows or
Larger explosive activity from the
Nacadate crater.
while devastatingly large caldera forming.
Eruptions are exceptionally rare and happen on geological
Timescales of tens.
of thousands of years or more. Substantial eruption from the central cone is a realistic possibility that authorities are preparing for.
The key is monitoring. The ASO volcano observatory is one of the most
Advanced in the
world. It's equipped with
a dense network of seismometers, GPS stations, tiltmeters, gas
sensors and
cameras, all providing a
real-time health check of the volcano.
this continuous stream of data
Allows scientists to detect even the
slightest changes that could signal an
impending eruption. It is this incredible technology and expertise that allows
people to live safely in the
shadow of such a
powerful force of nature.
while we can't stop an eruption, we can understand its warning signs. And that knowledge is the most powerful tool we
Have for saving lives.
The work being done at ASO is not just about protecting the local community.
It contributes to our global understanding of volcanic processes,
Helping to refine forecasting models used at
other dangerous volcanoes,
around the world. The story of ASO is a
captivating drama of geology, history, and humanity.
it is a place where you can feel the raw power of the planet and
Witness the incredible
resilience of life.
as we continue to watch the latest developments.
We are reminded of the dynamic and ever-changing world we live on. The giant of Kyushu is stirring, and the world is watching, not with fear.
But with respect and a thirst for knowledge. We'll be keeping a close eye on the
Situation and will bring you any major updates right here.
What are your thoughts on this?
Incredible volcano? Have you ever visited a volcanic region? We're embarking on an unforgettable journey to one of Japan's most spectacular natural wonders, a place steeped in myth, legend, and breathtaking beauty.
Get ready to explore the majestic Takachiho Gorge.
Nestled deep in the heart of Miyazaki Prefecture on the southern island of Kyushu, Takachiho Gorge is a true hidden gem.
This stunning chasm was carved out over thousands of years by the Gokase River, flowing through volcanic rock from Mount Aeso. The result is a narrow, winding canyon with sheer cliffs that soar up to 100 meters high, draped in lush green foliage and moss.
It feels like stepping into a different world, a sacred space where nature's artistry is on full display. The journey to Takachiho is part of the adventure itself. Winding through the mountainous countryside of Kyushu, you'll pass terraced rice paddies, traditional farmhouses, and dense cedar forests. The sense of anticipation builds with every turn, and as you arrive, the air feels different, cooler, fresher, and filled with the gentle sound of flowing water. One of the absolute must-do experiences here is renting a rowboat to paddle down the gorge. Trust me, this is where the magic truly happens. As you glide along the emerald green water, you're surrounded by the towering, hexagonal basalt columns of the cliffs.
It's an incredibly serene and humbling experience.
You'll feel tiny in the best way possible, completely enveloped by the grandeur of nature.
Floating beneath the dense canopy of trees with sunlight filtering through, you'll understand why this place is considered so sacred.
The highlight for many boaters, and a sight you've probably seen in photos, is the Minenotaki waterfall.
This stunning 17-meter cascade tumbles gracefully over the cliff's edge, sending a fine mist into the air that catches the light and often creates a rainbow. Rowing up close to it is an awe-inspiring moment.
The sound of the water, the cool spray on your skin, and the sheer beauty of the scene is something you'll never forget.
It's pure, raw, and incredibly picturesque.
But the gorge isn't just for boating.
There's also a 1 kilometer long paved walking trail that runs along the southern edge of the canyon.
This path offers a different perspective, with several viewing platforms that provide spectacular panoramic views of the gorge, the waterfall, and the boats below. It's a relatively easy walk, suitable for all fitness levels, and it allows you to appreciate the scale and intricate details of the rock formations from above. Along the way, you'll find lookout points perfect for capturing that perfect photo.
One of the most famous is the Takachiho Sanjinbashi, or the Three Bridges, where you can see 3 arched bridges spanning the gorge in a single view, unique architectural and natural sight.
What makes Takachiho even more special is its deep connection to Japanese mythology.
This region is considered one of the most important spiritual sites in Japan, linked directly to the Shinto creation myths. According to legend, this is where the sun goddess, Amaterasu Omikami, hid in a cave called Amano Iwato, plunging the world into darkness. The other gods and goddesses gathered to perform a lively dance to lure her out, successfully restoring light to the world.
Just a short drive from the gorge, you can visit the Amano Iwato Shrine, which is built near the legendary cave. The atmosphere here is profoundly spiritual and tranquil.
You can walk through the ancient forest, cross the river, and peer across at the sacred cave on the opposite bank. It's a powerful experience that connects you to the ancient stories that have shaped Japanese culture.
Another key spiritual site is the Takachiho Shrine, located in the town center.
This beautiful shrine is over 1,800 years old and is the head shrine for the 88 shrines in the region.
It's famous for its 2 giant cedar trees, known as the couple cedars, whose trunks have fused together at the base.
It's said that if a couple walks hand in hand around the trees 3 times, they will be blessed with a happy marriage and prosperity.
In the evenings, the cultural experience continues. At the Takachiho Shrine, you can watch a nightly performance of Yokoguro, a series of 33 traditional sacred dances that reenact the legends of the gods, including the story of Amaterasu.
These performances have been passed down through generations and offer a fascinating glimpse into the local culture and its mythological roots.
It's a captivating and entertaining way to end your day of exploration.
Now, let's talk about food. Because no trip to Japan is complete without indulging in the local cuisine.
The town of Takachiho offers some delicious specialties.
One must try is nagashi salmon, or flowing noodles. Thin summer noodles are sent down a long bamboo flume with flowing water, and you have to catch them with your chopsticks before dipping them in a savory sauce. It's a fun, interactive, and refreshing meal, especially in the warmer months.
Another local delicacy is Takachiho beef, a high-quality brand of Wagyu known for its tenderness and rich flavor.
You can enjoy it grilled, in a hot pot, or as part of a multi-course meal.
So, when is the best time to visit Takachiho Gorge?
It's beautiful year-round, but each season offers a unique charm. Spring brings cherry blossoms and fresh greenery.
Summer is lush and vibrant, perfect for boating to escape the heat.
Autumn is arguably the most spectacular, as the gorge is set ablaze with brilliant fall colors of red, orange, and yellow.
And winter, while colder, offers a quiet, serene beauty, sometimes with a dusting of snow that adds a magical touch.
To make the most of your trip, I'd recommend arriving early, especially if you want to rent a boat.
The wait times can get long, particularly during peak seasons and on weekends. An early start means you'll have a more peaceful experience on the water.
Also, wear comfortable walking shoes for the trail and be prepared for some steps.
If you're driving, there are several paid parking lots available near the gorge entrance. Alternatively, you can take a bus from major transport hubs like Kumamoto or Nobeoka.
Takachiho Gorge is more than just a beautiful destination.
It's an experience that touches all your senses. It's the sound of the waterfall, the sight of the emerald water against the dark cliffs, the feel of the cool mist on your face,
and the sense of peace that comes from being in a place of such immense natural and spiritual power. It's a reminder of the incredible beauty our planet holds, and the ancient stories that connect us to the land.
Whether you're a nature lover, a history buff, a photographer, or simply someone looking for a truly unique and memorable adventure, Takachiho Gorge should be at the top of your list.
It's a journey into the heart of Japan's mythology and its breathtaking natural landscapes.
If you're dreaming of epic mountain landscapes, crystal clear rivers, and serene nature walks, then you've come to the right place.
Today, we're diving deep into one of Japan's most spectacular destinations, Kamikoji. This pristine alpine valley is often called the Japanese Alps, and for good reason. But getting there and making the most of your trip requires a bit of planning.
So, in this video, I'm going to share all my essential tips to help you plan the perfect adventure to Kamikoji.
We'll cover everything from the best time to visit, how to get there, what to pack, and the must-see spots you absolutely can't miss. Ready to start planning?
Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about timing.
When is the best time to visit Kamikoji?
The park is officially open from mid-April to mid-November, and each season offers a completely unique experience.
The opening in mid-April is a celebration called Kaizansai, but be aware that there might still be some snow on the ground, and temperatures can be quite chilly.
As we move into May and June, you'll see the landscape burst into life with fresh greenery and beautiful alpine flowers.
This is a fantastic time for hiking, with fewer crowds than the peak summer season. Then comes July and August, the summer peak. This is when the weather is warmest, and all the trails and mountain huts are fully operational.
It's perfect for longer, more challenging hikes. However, it's also the busiest time of year, especially during Japan's Obon holidays in mid-August. So expect to share the trails with plenty of fellow nature lovers.
Also, remember that summer is the rainy season, so be prepared for afternoon showers. A good waterproof jacket is a must.
Now, my personal favorite season in Kamikochi is autumn.
From late September through October, the valley transforms into a breathtaking canvas of red, orange, and gold. The Keiru-Wayo, or autumn leaves, against the backdrop of the snow-dusted Hotaka mountain range is a sight you will never forget. The air is crisp and cool, making it ideal for hiking. The park officially closes for the winter on November 15th with the Hisansai ceremony.
After this date, public transport stops and the area becomes inaccessible to most visitors. So, to sum it up, spring for fresh greens, summer for warm weather and long hikes, and autumn for spectacular fall colors.
Okay, now that you've picked a season, how do you actually get to Kamikochi? This is super important because private cars are not allowed into the park.
This rule is in place to preserve the natural environment, which is fantastic.
So, you'll need to use public transportation.
The two main gateway cities are Matsumoto on the Nagano side and Takayama on the Gifu side. From either city, you can take a bus that will bring you directly to the Kamikochi bus terminal.
If you're coming from Tokyo, the easiest way is to take the Azusa Limited express train to Matsumoto, which takes about 2.5 hours. From Matsumoto Station, you'll take a local train on the Matsumoto Dentitsu line to Shin-Shimishima Station, and from there, you'll hop on the bus to Kamikochi. The entire journey from Matsumoto takes about 90 minutes. If you're coming from Nagoya or Kyoto, it's often easier to go through Takayama. You can take a train or a highway bus to Takayama, and from the Takayama Nohi Bus Center, you can catch a direct bus to Kamikochi. This bus ride takes about an hour and is incredibly scenic. You can buy bus tickets on the day of travel, but during peak season, I highly recommend booking them in advance online to secure your spot. Remember, no private cars. If you do drive, you will have to park at designated lots like the Sawando parking area from the Matsumoto side, or the Akandana parking area from the Takayama side, and then take a shuttle bus or taxi into the park.
So, you've arrived.
What should you do? Let's talk about some of the must-see spots and easy hikes, perfect for a day trip. The heart of Kamikochi is Kappa Bridge, the iconic suspension bridge you've probably seen in all the photos. It is just a short walk from the bus terminal and offers stunning views of the Hotaka Mountains.
This area can get crowded, but it's the perfect starting point for your exploration.
From here, most visitors take a relatively flat and easy walking path along the Azusa River.
Walking downstream from Kappa Bridge for about an hour will lead you to Taisho Pond. This beautiful pond was formed in 1915 when a volcanic eruption of Mount Yatake dammed the river.
On a calm day, the reflection of the mountains on the water surface is absolutely magical. The withered trees standing in the pond add to its mystical atmosphere. If you walk upstream from Kappa Bridge for about an hour, you will reach Myojin Pond. This route takes you through serene forests and along the river. Myojin Pond is actually two ponds located on the grounds of the Hotaka Shrine.
There's a small entrance fee to visit the pond area, but it is totally worth it. It's a sacred and incredibly tranquil spot. You can complete a loop by crossing the Myojin Bridge and walking back to Kappa Bridge on the opposite side of the river.
This entire loop, from Kappa Bridge to Myojin Pond and back, takes about 3 hours at a leisurely pace and is mostly flat, making it accessible for almost everyone. Now, For those looking for a bit more of a challenge, Kamikochi is the gateway to some of Japan's most famous peaks.
A popular day hike is the climb up Mount Yakedake, the only active volcano in the northern Japanese Alps.
It's a steep and challenging climb that takes about 4 to 5 hours one way, but the panoramic views from the summit are out of this world.
Please note, this is a serious hike, so you need proper hiking gear and experience. For overnight treks, many hikers aim for the iconic peaks of Mount Yakedake, also known as the Spear, or Mount Okyu-Hotakadake, Japan's third highest peak.
These are multi-day hikes that require staying overnight in mountain huts or yamagoya.
These huts provide basic lodging and meals, but you absolutely must book them well in advance, especially during peak season.
They fill up months ahead of time. Hiking in the high mountains requires serious preparation, including alpine gear, navigation skills, and physical fitness. Always check the weather conditions and trail status before you go.
Let's talk about what to pack.
Even if you're just doing a simple day walk, the weather in the mountains can change in an instant.
Layers are your best friend.
Bring a waterproof and windproof jacket, even on a sunny day. Wear comfortable, sturdy walking shoes or hiking boots with good grip.
The sun can be strong at this altitude, so don't forget sunscreen, sunglasses, and a hat.
Bring a reusable water bottle. You can refill it at various points. While there are restaurants and shops near Kappa Bridge, it's a great idea to pack some snacks, especially if you're heading further out on the trails.
And please remember to pack out everything you pack in.
Kamikochi is a national park, and the leave no trace principle is strictly enforced. Carry a small bag for your trash. Also, bring cash. While some of the larger hotels and shops might accept credit cards, many of the smaller shops, mountain huts, and even the public toilets operate on cash.
It's always better to be prepared. And a quick note on wildlife. You might be lucky enough to spot some Japanese macaques or monkeys.
While they are cute, please do not feed them or get too close.
They are wild animals.
Where can you stay? If you want the full immersive experience, staying overnight in Kamikochi is highly recommended.
Waking up to the crisp mountain air and seeing the sunrise over the peaks before the day trippers arrive is truly special. There are several options ranging from luxury hotels to more rustic lodges and campgrounds.
Hotels like the Kamikochi Imperial Hotel offer a touch of classic luxury. Others like the Kamikochi Lemiesta Hotel or the Park Lodge Kamikochi offer comfortable rooms with amazing views. For a more traditional experience, you can stay in a lodge like the Merjinkan or the Tokusawa Inn, which are located further along the hiking trails. And if you're on a budget or love camping, there are a couple of designated campgrounds. Again, all accommodations inside the park, including campsites, need to be booked far in advance.
If you can't find a spot inside the park, staying in one of the nearby hot spring towns like Hirayu Onsen or Sawando Onsen is a great alternative. You can relax in a traditional Japanese bath after a long day of hiking. A couple more final tips to make your trip smooth. First, toilets. There are public toilets at the bus terminal, near Kappa Bridge, and at Myojin Pond. However, many of them require a small fee or donation, usually around 100 yen, to help with maintenance, so keep some coins handy. Second, cell service can be spotty to non-existent once you venture away from the main Kappa Bridge area.
It's a great chance to disconnect, but make sure you download any maps you need offline or carry a physical map with you. Kamikochi is an incredible place, a true treasure of Japan. Whether you're a seasoned mountaineer or just someone looking for a peaceful walk in nature, it has something to offer. Planning ahead is the key to a successful and enjoyable trip.
Choose your season, book your transport and accommodation early, pack the right gear, and most importantly,
Be prepared to be absolutely amazed by the beauty of the Japanese Alps.
I promise you, a visit to Kamikochi will be an adventure you'll cherish for a lifetime.
We are lacing up our boots and heading out to one of Japan's most breathtaking natural wonders, Nikko National Park.
Get ready for an epic journey as we explore its majestic trails, from serene lakeside strolls to challenging mountain ascents. This is your ultimate hiking guide to Nikko. First things first, let's talk about why Nikko is a hiker's paradise. Just a couple of hours from Tokyo, this massive park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, packed with stunning scenery, rich history, and trails for every skill level.
We're talking about ancient forests, crystal clear lakes, powerful waterfalls, and even volcanic landscapes.
It's the perfect escape from the city hustle. Our journey begins in the heart of the park, the Chizenji Lake area. This is the perfect base camp for many of Nikko's most famous hikes. One of the must-do trails is the loop around the lake itself.
It's a relatively flat and easy walk, about 25 kilometers in total, but you don't have to do it all at once.
You can hike a section and enjoy the incredible views of Mount Nantai, the sacred volcano that towers over the lake. The path takes you through peaceful forests and along the shoreline, with plenty of spots to stop for a picnic. It's especially beautiful in autumn when the colors are just out of this world. Speaking of Mount Nantai, if you're up for a challenge, this is the hike for you. It's a steep and demanding climb, gaining over 1,100 meters in elevation, but the reward is one of the most incredible panoramic views in all of Japan. The trail starts at Futurazin Shrine at the base of the mountain.
Be prepared for a tough slog up rocky paths and through dense forest. It usually takes about 4 to 6 hours to reach the summit.
At the top, you'll find a small shrine and a 360-degree view that stretches across the entire park, including Lake Chizenji and the surrounding mountains. Trust me, the sense of accomplishment is unbeatable. Remember to check the weather, start early, and bring plenty of water and snacks. Now, let's talk waterfalls.
Nikko is famous for them, and one of the best ways to see them is by hiking the Senjogahara Marshland Trail.
This area is a vast, high-altitude marsh that feels like a different world.
The trail is mostly flat, built on well-maintained wooden boardwalks that protect the delicate ecosystem.
It's an easy and accessible hike, perfect for families and beginners.
You can start your hike from Udaki Falls, a powerful cascade at the northern end of the marsh.
From there, you'll follow the Yukara River as it meanders through the golden grasses of the marsh. You'll be surrounded by the sounds of nature birds chirping, the gentle flow of the river, and the rustling of the reeds.
The backdrop of the mountains is simply spectacular. The trail leads you to Ryuzu Falls, or Dragon's Head Falls, another beautiful spot where the river tumbles over volcanic rock. The entire route is about 6 kilometers and offers a serene, almost meditative hiking experience. For those looking for something a bit more of the beaten path, I highly recommend exploring the Oke-Uniko area, which means in Nikko, this region is less crowded and offers a more rugged, wild experience. One of my favorite trails here leads to Lake Sainoko and Lake Karikomi. This hike starts near Yumoto Onsen, a charming hot spring town. The trail takes you through a primordial forest with ancient moss-covered trees. It feels like stepping into a scene from a fantasy movie. The path involves some moderate climbs and descents, so good hiking shoes are a must.
After a couple of hours, you will be rewarded with the sight of Lake Karikomi, a pristine, emerald green crater lake hidden deep in the mountains.
It's incredibly quiet and peaceful here.
From there, A short walk takes you to Lake Sinoko.
These two lakes are connected by a small stream, and the whole area is a sanctuary for wildlife.
It's a truly magical place to connect with nature.
Now, let's go over some essential tips for hiking in Nikko.
First, timing is everything.
Spring brings cherry blossoms and fresh greenery.
Summer is lush and vibrant, but can be hot and humid, so start your hikes early.
Autumn, from October to November, is peak season. The fall foliage is world famous, but be prepared for crowds.
Winter offers a totally different experience, with snow-covered landscapes and fewer people. But you'll need proper gear for snow hiking, like crampons and warm layers. Always check the local weather forecast before you head out.
Mountain weather can change in an instant. It is also a good idea to visit a local tourist information center to get the latest trail conditions and a map. While many trails are well marked, having a physical map or a GPS app is always a smart move. Let's talk about gear. For any of the mountain trails, sturdy hiking boots are non-negotiable.
For flatter walks like Senjogahara, comfortable walking shoes will do.
Dress in layers. A waterproof jacket is a must, even on a sunny day.
Pack plenty of water, more than you think you'll need, and high-energy snacks.
Sunscreen and a hat are also essential, as you can get a lot of sun exposure at high altitudes. And please, remember to respect the nature and culture of Nikko.
This is a sacred place.
Stick to the marked trails. Pack out everything you pack and leave no trace, and be mindful of the wildlife.
You might encounter monkeys or deer, so keep a safe distance and never feed them. To get to Nikko, the easiest way is by train from Tokyo.
The Tobu Nikko line from Asakusa is a direct and scenic route. Once you're in Nikko, the local bus system is excellent for getting to the different trailheads around Lake Chizenji and Okayu Nikko. Consider getting a bus pass for unlimited rides, which can be very cost effective.
So, to recap our ultimate Nikko hiking itinerary, start with the serene beauty of Lake Chizenji for an easy warm-up.
If you're feeling adventurous, conquer the summit of Mount Nentai for epic views.
For a peaceful and scenic walk, explore the boardwalks of Senjogahara marshland and its stunning waterfalls.
And for a true wilderness escape, venture into Okayu Nikko to discover the hidden gem of Lake Karikomi.
Nikko National Park is an incredible destination that offers so much more than just its famous shrines and temples. It's a place to challenge yourself, to find peace, and to witness the raw power and beauty of Japan's natural landscapes.
I hope this guide has inspired you to plan your own hiking adventure in Nikko. It's an experience you will never forget. What do you think?
Are you ready to explore the trails of Nikko?
Let me know in the comments below which hike you'd want to do first.
And if you've been to Nikko before, share your favorite trails and tips with our community.
We're embarking on a truly magical journey to a place where ancient history, breathtaking nature, and incredibly friendly wildlife coexist in perfect harmony. Get ready, because we're heading to Nara, Japan, to explore the world-famous Nara Park. Imagine stepping into a sprawling landscape, where centuries-old temples stand majestically among lush greenery, and the first thing you see isn't just beautiful scenery, but hundreds of gentle deer roaming freely.
That's Nara Park for you. It's not just a park.
It's a living, breathing sanctuary that has captivated visitors for over 1,000 years. Before we dive in, let's talk about these famous residents. The Sika deer of Nara are more than just cute animals.
They are considered sacred messengers of the gods in the Shinto religion.
According to local folklore, The deity Takamikazuchi no Mikoto arrived in Nara riding a white deer to establish the ancient capital.
Ever since, the deer have been protected and revered as divine creatures.
They were so important that, in the past, harming one was a capital offense.
Today, they are designated as national treasures, and they've become the undeniable symbol of Nara.
You'll find them napping under the shade of ancient trees, gracefully wandering across temple grounds, and, of course, charming visitors into giving them a tasty snack.
Speaking of snacks, you can't visit Nara Park without buying some shika senbei, or deer crackers. These are special rice crackers sold by vendors all throughout the park, and they're made specifically for the deer.
It's the only food you should give them.
Now, here's a pro tip. Once the deer spot you with these crackers, you will instantly become the most popular person in the park. Some of them have even learned to bow to ask for a treat.
It's an incredibly heartwarming and hilarious experience.
You hold out a cracker. The deer gives you a polite little nod, and you reward them.
It's a unique interaction you won't find anywhere else in the world. But be warned, they can be quite persuasive. They might gently tug on your shirt or your bag, so be sure to feed them quickly or hide the crackers until you're ready.
But Nara Park is so much more than just its famous deer.
It is one of Japan's oldest parks and is home to some of the country's most significant historical and cultural landmarks. Let's start with the absolute giant of Nara, the Daiji Temple.
As you approach, you will first pass through the Nandaemon Gate, a massive wooden structure guarded by two fierce-looking Enyo statues.
These guardian figures are masterpieces of Kamakura period sculpture, and their intimidating presence sets the stage for the grandeur that lies ahead.
Walking through the gate, you'll finally see it, the Daibutsudan, or Great Buddha Hall. This building holds the record as the world's largest wooden structure, and honestly, photos and videos don't do its scale justice. It's colossal. Inside this magnificent hall sits an equally impressive resident, the Daibutsu, a 15-meter tall bronze statue of the Buddha.
Gazing up at its serene face, you can't help but feel a sense of awe and tranquility.
The sheer engineering and artistic skill required to create this masterpiece over 1,200 years ago is just mind-boggling. While you're in the Daibutsudan, look for a wooden pillar with a hole at its base. The hole is the same size as one of the great Buddha's nostrils, and it is said that anyone who can squeeze through it will be granted enlightenment in their next life. It's a fun challenge, especially for kids. Leaving Daiji behind, a short walk will take you to another stunning sight, Kasuga Taisha Shrine. This is Nara's most celebrated Shinto shrine, and it's famous for its thousands of lanterns. You lines find them everywhere, bronze lanterns hanging from the eaves of the vibrant vermilion buildings, and stone lanterns lining the forested paths leading up to the shrine.
These lanterns are donated by worshippers, and they create a mystical, almost otherworldly atmosphere.
The shrine is particularly magical during the biannual Mandura festivals in February and August, when all 3,000 lanterns are lit at once, casting a warm, flickering glow over the entire complex.
Walking through these illuminated paths feels like stepping into a fairy tale. As we continue our exploration, let's head over to Keifukuji Temple.
This was once the family temple of the powerful Fujiwara clan, one of the most influential families in Japanese history.
While many of its original buildings were lost to fires over the centuries, the ones that remain are spectacular.
The most iconic structure here is the 5-story pagoda. At 50 meters tall, it is the second tallest wooden pagoda in Japan and serves as a landmark for the city of Nara.
It looks especially beautiful when reflected in the waters of the nearby Suruzawa Pond, creating a picture-perfect scene that has inspired artists for generations.
The temple complex also houses the National Treasure Museum,
which contains an incredible collection of Buddhist art, including the famous Ashura statue.
Beyond the major temples and shrines, one of the best things to do in Nara Park is to simply wander, find a quiet path, stroll through the ancient forest of Mount Watakusa, and enjoy the peaceful scenery. You'll discover smaller shrines hidden among the trees, tranquil ponds, and beautiful gardens like Isuian and Yoshikien. These gardens are masterpieces of Japanese landscape design, offering a serene escape from the more crowded areas.
Isuian Garden, in particular, uses the shakai or borrowed scenery technique, incorporating the Nandaemun Gate and the surrounding mountains into its design, creating a seamless blend of man-made and natural beauty.
Let's talk about the best time to visit.
Spring is absolutely breathtaking, with cherry blossoms framing the temples and deer in delicate shades of pink. It's pure magic.
Autumn is equally stunning, as the maple trees and ginkgo leaves turn into a vibrant tapestry of reds, oranges, and yellows, creating a warm, golden glow across the park.
Summer is lush and green, but can be hot and humid, while winter offers a quieter experience, sometimes with a beautiful dusting of snow that turns the park into a serene wonderland.
No matter when you go, Nara Park has a unique charm to offer. To make the most of your trip, I'd recommend getting to the park early in the morning.
This way, you can enjoy the tranquil atmosphere before the large crowds arrive.
You can have a more personal experience with the deer, who are often more relaxed in the morning.
Wear comfortable shoes because you'll be doing a lot of walking.
And remember, while the deer are generally tame, they are still wild animals.
Be respectful. Don't tease them, and only feed them the official Shika Senbei. Nara is easily accessible as a day trip from major cities like Kyoto or Osaka, with just a short train ride. Once you arrive at either the JR Nara station or Kintetsu Nara station, the park is within easy walking distance. You can spend a full day here and still feel like there's more to see.
From the awe-inspiring Greek Buddha to the bowing deer and the mystical lantern-lit paths, Nara Park is a place that truly touches the soul.
It's a perfect blend of history, culture, and nature, offering an experience that is both deeply spiritual and incredibly fun.
It's a reminder of a time when nature and humanity were more deeply connected, a connection you can still feel today as you walk among the sacred deer under the watchful eyes of ancient gods. It's a place that will leave you with lasting memories and a strong desire to return.